Good evening and welcome to KiniNews. What are your thoughts about Rafizi Ramli as MACC chief? Zaid Ibrahim has shared his opinion on the matter. We will take a look at his views shortly. Could Rafizi get an appointed position in PKR? Amirudin Shari says the new PKR leadership will be discussing this. The MACC have confirmed that they got in touch with Jovian, who is Ismail Sabri's former son-in-law, and will be questioning him. Would Rafizi Ramli be a good pick for MACC Chief Commissioner? Zaid Ibrahim certainly thinks so. He said Rafizi looks like a solid pick, at least on paper. Zaid said this in response to a suggestion from a Malaysiakini reader in the comments section. He told Malaysiakini that the comment caught his eye and he couldn't help but mull it over. Zaid said that given Rafizi's track record of calling out corruption, you could argue he's tailor-made for the job. He added that Rafizi definitely ticks the brave box that Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim keeps going on about. Zaid couldn't help but add a sarcastic jab, hinting that Anwar's definition of brave might not match everyone else's. He added that he has a sneaky feeling that the reformist Prime Minister may have reformed the definition of bravery. Zaid also said that while appointing Rafizi as the MACC chief might sound like a brilliant idea on paper, it's a non-starter in real life. He said Rafizi might not be the kind of brave that some people in power prefer, and Anwar wouldn't risk it in a million years. He added that Rafizi is still an active politician, which means there's always the risk he could use the post to push his own playbook. The PKR election is officially over, so what's next for the party? According to PKR Vice President Amirudin Shari, the next step is a meeting that will bring together the party's newly elected leadership. Amirudin told reporters last night that PKR President Anwar Ibrahim has summoned the party's newly elected leadership to meet and have a post-mortem of last week's internal polls. They will decide on appointed office bearers. On the agenda is also a discussion on an appointed post for Rafizi Ramli, who was ousted as party deputy president on Friday. Free Malaysia Today quoted Amirudin as saying that Rafizi still wants to contribute, and hopefully he can because he promised not to leave. He said the meeting will be held in a few days. Among the appointed positions in PKR are the Secretary General as well as additional vice presidents. Rafizi had previously indicated that he is not interested in any party positions should he lose the deputy presidency. Last week, the Pandan MP revealed that during a meeting with now Deputy President Nurul Izzah Anwar on May 20th, she had asked him to help her after the party polls were over and alluded to a position. However, Rafizi said he declined and said he would respect the outcome of the election. Still on Rafizi, the economy minister was seen attending the 46th ASEAN Summit today amid ongoing speculation about his ministerial status. This follows his previous remarks about resigning if he lost in the recently concluded PKR election. Rafizi, who was recently defeated by Nurul Izzah Anwar in the party polls, was seen attending the summit's 8 a.m. session at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, according to Asra Wani. Upon Rafizi's arrival, he was sighted shaking hands with Anwar and other ASEAN delegates. The summit, which is being held for 2 days starting yesterday, is taking place at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre. Meanwhile, when asked if Rafizi had made any intentions to resign after ASEAN, this was the response from government spokesperson Fahmi Fatzil.
Has Rafizi made any clear intention to resign after ASEAN, and what's next for him in party?
Yeah, ASEAN isn't over yet. This is the second day. It's ASEAN GCC China Summit happening right now. I have no further information to this point. So we'll have to wait. Thank you.
On May 10th, Rafizi said that if he fails to defend his deputy presidency, he would resign as a minister and become a regular MP. Nurul Izzah won PKR deputy president race by a landslide, with Rafizi bagging just 28% of votes. Following the defeat, Rafizi said he remained resolute, vowing to press on in his fight for a better Malaysia. Civil society groups are turning up the heat on Attorney General Dusuki Mokhtar demanding fresh charges against former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak over the IPIC case. They're also urging Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who doubles as Finance Minister, to declassify key documents to help the prosecution with the case. In a statement, the group said Malaysians do not want to see Najib getting a full acquittal or discharge amounting to acquittal due to the failure of the Attorney General's chambers to press new charges in time. They added that if Najib ultimately secures a DAA due to either the AGC's failure to refile charges or the Finance Ministry's refusal to declassify essential documents, Anwar must bear full political responsibility. They also questioned the AGC's silence on prosecuting Najib, warning that it increases fear among the public over the former premier possibly escaping justice for good. The statement was jointly initiated by Project Stability and Accountability for Malaysia, Institute for Democracy and Economic Affairs, and Himpunan Advokasi Rakyat Malaysia. Last November, Najib and former Treasury Secretary General Irwan Serigar Abdullah were granted a discharge not amounting to an acquittal over 6 criminal breach of trust charges involving 6.6 billion ringgit. This followed the prosecution's failure to hand over several classified documents crucial to the two accused to prepare their defense. Fashion designer Jovian Mandagi is set to provide a statement in Jakarta, Indonesia next month as part of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's ongoing investigation into former Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob. MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki confirmed that his officers have successfully contacted Jovian, who is Ismail Sabri's former son-in-law. According to Harian Metro, Azam said his officers managed to get in touch with Jovian and they expect to record his statement a few days after Hari Raya Haji. Jovian's statement is expected to clarify certain aspects of Ismail Sabri's asset declaration, which was submitted to the MACC on February 10th. Azam revealed that during a previous round of questioning, the Borough MP identified Jovian as a potential witness. The anti-graft body expects to wrap up the probe by the end of June and forward their findings to Deputy Public Prosecutor for a decision. When asked if the agency would propose criminal charges against the former Prime Minister, Azam said they would make such a suggestion if investigators find enough elements to prosecute Ismail Sabri. Ismail Sabri is currently under investigation under both the MACC Act 2009 and the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. The probe is related to the expenditure and procurement of funds for promotional activities under the Keluarga Malaysia initiative during his tenure as Prime Minister from August 2021 to November 2022. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysiakini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. US President Donald Trump has described Vladimir Putin as absolutely crazy. This is after Russia launched a large-scale aerial attack on Ukraine. In a post on his Truth Social account, Trump said that he has a very good relationship with Putin, but something has happened to him. He added that missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. Trump wrote that he had always said that Putin wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. Meanwhile, the Kremlin on Monday downplayed Trump's remarks. They reportedly said that Putin is taking measures necessary to ensure Russia's security. According to reports, Russia had launched attacks on Ukraine over the weekend. According to civil society groups, vape use among teens is rising fast. They cited the National Health and Morbidity Survey 2022 and said that it showed 14.9% of students aged 13 to 17, or around 400,000 students are vaping. The group has called on the government to bring back the generational endgame law, which makes it illegal for anyone born after 2007 to buy or use nicotine products and to ban vape products nationwide. What are your thoughts on this? In a poll we carried out yesterday, a large majority agreed with the proposal. 73% said the government should bring back the GEG and ban vaping. 14% thought the government should instead educate and regulate instead of banning. Meanwhile, 10% believes the GEG or banning will not solve the problem. Enforcement was brought up by several voters, with one calling for authorities to be allowed to issue fines for anyone caught vaping after a ban is implemented. Meanwhile, another voter said vapes should be regulated as smoking cessation products and only sold by pharmacies and/or by GPs. Share your thoughts on the issue in the comment section below. Next, let's take a look at some of the other headlines from today. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.